Hey guys, John Jones here today in my beautiful, what we call the viewing room or living room at John Jones Real Estate. Over here to my right, which you can't see, is a leather sofa. Over here we have another beautiful wingback chair. Behind the camera we have a plasma TV. And this is where we bring buyers in a real nice informal setting, give them some great Colombian dark roasted coffee where they can sit here and look at the properties on the plasma. And it's a real fun informal approach to looking at homes, and beats the Murfreesboro traffic, or being out in the traffic for 5 hours. So what we're going to talk about today, oh, I bet you're wondering, what is this on my arm? Okay, this little purple band here. New book I read, I'm going to share it with everybody. It's called The Complaint-Free, no, what is it? Peanut, what is it?
The No Complaining Rule.
The No Complaining Rule. Great book. I did read it, just forgot the title, by Gordon. And basically in the book, it talks about complaining, and how when you complain, you create a negative atmosphere or a negative thought process. So I'm going to wear this band. Every time I complain, I have to change arms, okay, with this band. And it makes my subconscious think about complaining, because the book says, and I believe it's true, that you cannot complain and be grateful at the exact same time. So when I think about complaining, instead of complaining, I think about 3 things that I'm grateful for, or that I show gratitude towards. Okay? And when you do that, you're putting yourself in a more positive approach to dealing with things that come to you on a day in, day out basis. So until I wear this on one arm for 21 days, because it takes 21 days to break a habit, I am going to wear it and see if I can't break the habit of being a complainer. I don't think I'm a big complainer, but it's funny. When you don't think you're a big complainer, you realize you complain a lot when you have to change this band every day. So anyway, that's what that's all about. But today we're going to talk about interest rates. All right, interest rates, incredibly low, 40-year lows, guys. I'm 40 years old in about a month. Okay, so they're the lowest they have been in my lifetime. We may not see these rates again for another 40 years. Okay, so I'll be 80 by then. Most of you guys will be dead. I hope not, but let's face facts. Right now, I'm going to put a little different twist on rates than you probably ever thought about before. Right now we have a lot of buyers sitting on the fence. Some of these buyers, in fact I had a guy last week, he said, John, I want to buy, but I think the market has not hit the bottom yet in value. Talking about home values. And you know what? He may be right. I don't know. I'm not that smart. If I was that smart, I'd be in Vegas or I'd be on Wall Street. Either way, I wouldn't be here in front of you in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, selling homes. But what I do know is you can go out and get a 5% rate today. Maybe even a little less than 5. They've been fluctuating between 4.75 and 5.25 for the last few weeks. I do know that. I do know that for certain. I don't know what homes are going to be in a year. They might be a little less. They might not. But let's put this twist on it. Let's say that guy says, you know what, I'm not going to buy today because I think values are going to go down. Now he has to get a loan, okay? And let's say he waits a year. And in a year's time, rates go up to 6.5%. Okay, maybe the values came down a little bit. Maybe they came down 5 or 6 more thousand bucks on a $150,000 house. All right, maybe. What did that guy really save? Let's look at some numbers for a second. Today you can go out. Let's say you want to buy a $172,000 house, or let's say you want to keep your payment around $924. Okay, 925 bucks. Principal interest only. Today at 5%. FHA loan, which is basically about 100% financing to keep this thing simple, you can buy a $172,000 house. Alright? Fast forward 1 year from now, rates go to 6.5. That same payment, $925, will only get you a $150,000 house. Okay? So our buddy, he hung out for a year, waited for prices to come down, and that 172, maybe it went down to 165. So he saved himself $7,000 in value. But he cost himself another $16,000 in purchasing power, because now he can't even get the 166 anymore because he has to go down to 150. Okay? So what did he really save? The most incredible thing, in my opinion, about interest rates are this. And we don't think about this, and we don't articulate it, we don't talk about it. But rates are inflation proof. And what I mean by that, if I go out today and get a 30-year mortgage, for 30 years I'm guaranteed that 5% today. For 30 years. Everything else around me is going to go up. Taxes are going to go up. Price of property is going to go up. My income that I receive is going to go up. Everything else has inflationary manners going, taking it upwards. But not your rate. That rate is going to be the same. Your principal and interest payment will be the same for 30 years. So that's why it makes this an incredible time to purchase. I'm not saying we've hit the bottom. I don't know. I won't know until 6 months after we do. I got to think, because inventories have basically stayed the same for the last year, that we're kind of there or getting close. But I don't know. But I do know that you can go out and get a 5%, 40-year history, low, whatever you want to call it, rate today. And I do know you can control that if you're in a position to buy. So anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Love you. And stay tuned. We're going to talk about rental property next week.